Hi, this is Kevin with KKOA. Today we are doing another how-to video on how to troubleshoot and fix your water pump on your RV, mainly with the check valve. My water pump on the RV, I noticed that it's kind of cycling. The pressure, as you hear that, the pressure will build up, and then after about a minute or so, the pump will come on and cycle for a couple seconds to build the pressure back up and then bleed back off. Typically that is one of two things. Either you have a leak in your line, somewhere in the line that's causing the pressure to leak and bleed off, or you have a check valve that's bad in your water pump. With this being up in storage, I guess this can be kind of a common problem. As you've seen in a previous video where we had this problem with our Coachman Catalina, that I ended up having to put an inline check valve because had the same thing happen where the check valve had broke on the inside during the winter months, and it appears either that has happened on our new Bullet, or possibly that the check valve itself, there could be some debris or anything in there that's stuck. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to troubleshoot to see whether it's a check valve or there's something in the line that's leaking. One of the telltale signs that it's leaking, that your check valve is bad, is that it will overflow your freshwater tank. As you can see, our freshwater tank, we've been hooked up to the city water and it's slowly starting to fill up and overflow. That is a direct indication that there is something going on with the check valve. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to take apart our pump, make sure that the check valve is operational, that it's not no debris holding it open, and we're going to try that first before actually putting an inline check valve. Our pump is actually in the back behind the wet bay. There's a little panel that's back here, and this is pretty much where the pump is. You have your inlet line that comes in from your city water, and then you also have your line that actually comes in from your actual tank. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take apart all this. I'm going to take the pump out, and we will go ahead and check it out from there. But the first thing you're going to need to do, the first thing and foremost that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make sure that the pump is shut off on the inside and that all the pressure's bled out, because otherwise, as soon as we open this up, it'll end up spraying water on us. So let's go ahead and do that. Also disconnected the city water disconnect, so there's no city water going in as well. Probably go ahead, we'll disconnect the line. Looks like there's a T that's right here. And so there's a T that goes in, and then there's a line that goes out on the other side. This just pops out. Now there's 4 screws that are connected on either side that we'll go ahead and remove. We'll go ahead and remove the 4 screws and get that pump out. First thing I did notice is looking inside the pump once having it out, it looks like there's some kind of debris or something that's in there for sure. That could very well be causing it to keep that check valve open just enough for it to bleed off. Hopefully that's the problem. Your pressure regulator switch, which is right here, that's what regulates the pressure. As the pressure starts bleeding off, it causes it to kick off and on. So we're going to go ahead and probably we'll probably take that pressure regulator switch off first, and then we'll have to remove these screws, and we should get to the internal check valve. Let's go from there. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we'll take out these screws that are right here, and we'll go ahead and start removing those screws. Looks like there's 3 long screws and 3 short screws in this thing. I should just be able to pop it off. Ah, as you can see, it makes a lot of sense. These right here are your pressure bellows that actually cause the pressure or whatever to bleed or bypass. This is where the pump, and somehow there's little, if you look, there's little pieces of plastic or something that's stuck in there. This is what is causing, what's causing that to bleed through the other side. So I have a feeling if I pull all these out, it should hold our pump together. Could have been in the line from the manufacturer. Since this was a fairly new RV and they bought it brand new, it very well possibly could have just been something from the factory that's causing this. Alright, now that I got all the screws back in, I pretty much just need to put it back in, connect up the water lines. I have a pretty high degree of confidence that that was the issue all along, was the debris that was inside of the check valve. So let's test it out. Alright, once you hook up all the water lines, go ahead and pressurize it and check for any leaks. Don't look like I have any leaks. Alright, well, that seems to have fixed our problem. If you continue to like these videos that we're doing, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up down below, and please don't forget to hit that little subscribe button. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video from KKOA. Alright, bye-bye.